everyone, it's Finn. I had my consultation with Mr Yelland in Brighton on Monday, so I thought I would catch you up about that. It went really well. I was really nervous. I think just because it makes it even more real, really. But Nat came with me. My appointment was at 3:30, so we actually met up with Will beforehand in Brighton, because Will has been an absolute star. Thank you so much, Will, and offered to be on call for my surgery and just to kind of be with Nat and support Nat, really, because I'm very worried about her. She's never experienced anybody going through anaesthetic before and going through a surgery procedure before. Only kind of older members of her family have been very ill, so she's really worried. And it's going to take a lot of pressure off me knowing that there's somebody kind of with her and available for her, so that's really good. So thank you so much, Will, and it really helped actually, just wandering around Brighton and kind of he grounded us both a little bit, or as much as I can possibly be grounded, because I'm hyper as hell when I'm anxious. So yeah, but he did a great job of keeping us kind of both level. So the the hospital is in Woodingdean, which is just outside Brighton. It's just about 15-20 minute taxi ride, but there's buses as well, but me and Nat went by taxi because we're a bit, well, I was a bit anxious about getting there on time. But we met with Mr Yelland first, and he's just wonderful. He really does put you at ease. I had to go behind a curtain and just get changed. I took a Velcro binder with me so it would be easier, because I couldn't imagine trying to wrestle the binder off and then try and get it back on again would just have been impossible. So I put up with having a Velcro binder on for the day, so it was quite easy just to take it off. And he's really caring about doing it quick and not making a big deal of it, so he just came in, had a quick look, took a couple of pictures, and then I got dressed and we went and sat back down. He asked me what procedure I was looking for, and I said double incision, because I'm absolutely 100% sure, after doing a lot of research, that for me it looks more like the result I'd envision myself having. I don't mind the scars, because I'm hoping that my pec muscles will cover it, and the way my hair is going, my hair's likely to cover it anyway. And he agreed with me. He said that I was kind of making the right choice, because I probably am just about small enough to go through periola, but no, I do feel that DI is the better option for me, and he agreed actually. He says that it does give much better results, and there's stuff you can do to minimise the scarring. So he took us through the whole procedure, including what he does about nipples, because this was one of my biggest questions, because my nipples, TMI people coming up, and I'm sorry mum, but my nipples aren't massively big, but the nipple itself is quite big. So I was thinking, what does he do? Just chop a chunk off or something? But he goes underneath from the nipple, so rather than cutting the top off, he's literally kind of cutting into it from underneath, if that makes sense. So he kind of explained that, and I was like, okay, I didn't realise that's how you do it. And he kind of drew a picture about how he makes the cut kind of just not completely flat, but as flat as possible underneath, and then in a half moon that size as well, and then pulls it down to match. But the smaller you are, the less, the smaller you are, the more straight the cuts are underneath the pec line. And he feels quite optimistic that I'm fairly small, and both in kind of chest size and in kind of weight size, so he thinks that I shouldn't have too much of a problem with scarring or with dog ears. He said that does happen occasionally when you kind of stitching under here, that you can get a little dog ear, but he says with my size it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So yeah, that was really reassuring, and he answered some questions for Nat, who came in with me. He was really good about letting Nat in, and he answered lots of stuff for her. And that was it then, really. He just let me go off with his nurses, and I had to do the whole pee in a cup thing, and have to have swabs for MRSA, which is really good, because they're really good at the hospital about kind of being really good for infection free. And so yeah, but no one told me I was going to get my groin swabbed. Thanks guys for that. So yeah, she kind of oh, just, let me swab up your nose, fine. Let me swab under your armpits, brilliant. And I need one from your groin. I was like, oh my god. So I'm trying to hide my peacock and But yeah, it was fine. Absolutely worth it for that. Oh, I should also say as well that Mr Yelland doesn't use drains. He prefers not to use those. And also, he doesn't lose nipples very often, which is very reassuring. I think he said he hasn't lost anybody's nipples, so that's really good. Yes, I'm very concerned about my nipples. So yeah, really, really good experience. I mean, even Nat said, God, it's really strange to walk through a hospital and have everyone smiling and saying, how are you and hello. You know, it's a private hospital, isn't it? So it's really lovely, and I'll have my own room, and there's lovely views. Not that all that matters. All it matters is I'm in really, really good hands, and I do feel really, really reassured, and so does Nat as well. Especially knowing that Will's going to be on call as well, which is wonderful. I'm still nervous. I mean, I am really going to be. I was talking to Will about this, and as he quite rightly said, I'm well, and I'm putting myself through a process that's going to make me unwell for up to 12 weeks. It can take a long time to heal, physically, mentally and emotionally after surgery, and most people who go through surgery have something wrong with them in the beginning. Now, okay, I have something wrong in that I have lumps here that shouldn't be here, but in another sense I'm very well, and yet I'm making myself ill, so of course I'm going to be anxious about it. It makes sense to be very, very nervous and concerned. And you know, I'm still struggling with this virus. I think it's a stress reaction to it all. I think at the moment my body is just reacting in a very kind of physical sense to what's going on mentally. Yeah, as I said in my last video, I'm not in the best of head states really. I think my biggest issue is the lack of control, the feeling vulnerable, and there's nothing I can do about that except trust, accept, let go, and let God. And it's something I practice very, very hard at doing, is being in the moment, but I think because it's such a massive, massive deal, it is really bringing up all of my defects of character quite strongly, and I'm finding it very, very hard to not be full of shoulds. You know, I wanted to eat a certain amount of stuff, detox, have a certain amount of workouts and runs and weightlifting sessions, and have this clean, that clean, you know, and I was aware it was all happening in my head, and I was trying to go, okay, it doesn't matter, you just do what you can, but the internal pressure on myself, I just couldn't kind of stop, and I think that's what's brought out the illness. I was speaking to my sponsor last week about it all, and he said, stop the shoulds, stop the musts, no more masturbation. I love that. So yeah, at the moment I've put away all my exercise stuff. I'm just stopping taking the pressure off myself. It is how it is. I'm not feeling great emotionally or physically right now, but it is how it is, and I'm just going to rest now up until next Wednesday when I have the surgery, and just take it one day at a time. You know, this isn't going to be easy. I guess I'd kind of banked for the recovery and dealing with that, but hadn't banked on how my body would react just leading up to the surgery itself. It's been a bit of a surprise. But I'm listening to the hypnosis CD that was recommended to me, and that's really helping. It's really lovely. I can just sleep for 45 minutes and kind of wake up at the end and just feel nice and have no idea what's happened, so that's good. Also was given this by Mr Yelland. It's a body wash thingy. I have to wash with it the day beforehand. It's fun. So I've just got to wait now to hear about my MRSA results. If I don't hear, it's okay. So there's a little bit of me that's worrying and thinking, oh God, that might go wrong. But stop it, Finn, it's going to be okay. So, yeah, I think that's it really. I'm as prepared as can be. We leave for Brighton on next Tuesday, the 26th. Going down to my mum's, staying there overnight, and then travelling to Brighton the next morning for 7:15 AM on the 27th to have the surgery. And then we're staying and convalescing with my mum for that week, and then Nat's dad is being wonderful and driving to Eastbourne to pick us up and bring us back. So you probably won't hear from me over that time. I think probably what I'm going to do is a little video diary of the week, and then when I'm back in Oxford on the 2nd, I'll chop that about and get it uploaded. But I will keep people updated on Facebook, and Nat's going to keep people updated as well. So if you don't hear from me, don't worry. Somebody somewhere will know how I'm doing, and I will update when I'm back the week after. So yeah, I guess it's as real enough as it's going to be now. There's still a bit of me that thinks, is it going to happen? but whatever, I think it is time to do the dance. Ever since I did the tea dance when I was given the go-ahead for testosterone therapy, everyone's like, bring back the dance, bring back the dance. And I did say that when I got my date for surgery and I was sure it was going to happen, that I would do the coconut dance. And if this doesn't show you how much I love and appreciate you lot, nothing will. So, for your pleasure, here is the coconut dance. Enjoy. Bye-bye. Shake the tree, I go do. I've got a date for surgery. To the left, to the right, jump up and down and to the knees. Come and dance every night, sing with a hula melody. I got do. Push pineapple, shake the tree. I got do. I've got a date for surgery. To the left, to the right, jump up and down and to the knees. Come and dance every night, sing with a hula melody. Lovely beach in the sky, the moon of Kauai, around Calypso Sarah, we'll all be singing this song. I got do, push pineapple, shake the tree. I got do, I've got a date for surgery. To the left, to the right, jump up and down and to the knees. Come and dance every night, sing with a hula melody. I got do, push pineapple, shake the tree. I got do. I've got a date for surgery. I'm Elizabeth's house.